What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. What a night of football. That's what it's about, innit? That type of game, Champions League, high pressure situations, and Real Madrid come out on top. Listen, let's get right into it. The first 5-10 minutes of the game, I think both teams were struggling to get a grip of it. I think there was a lot of misplaced passes. Just neither team could get hold of the ball. I don't think they were really struggling. And then I think PSG came into their own. I genuinely think they were excellent in that first half. That left hand side, I think it was Carvajal at right back. He was getting bullied on that side. I think within the first 2 minutes, Mbappe ran past him and he just sent him flying. He knew he couldn't. He knew he couldn't keep up with him, and then he did it again in the second half as well, I believe, and I think he got a yellow card. That left-hand side was getting bombarded by PSG, and it seemed like most of their attacks were coming down that side, and obviously, in the end, the goal came down that side as well. What impressed me about PSG was Mbappe and Neymar. Mbappe and Neymar especially. They were constantly. I don't know where they were playing. They were constantly intertwining. You know, Mbappe go down the middle, Neymar come onto the left, and then all of a sudden it's swapped and Neymar's back in the middle and Mbappe's on the left. And I think it sent Real Madrid's defenders. I think they were at 6s and 7s. They didn't know who to mark. They didn't know who to pick up. And I think it was really good by PSG. The goal from Mbappe was spectacular. The speed of that man, the quickness of his feet, the ability to run with a ball at that speed is unbelievable. A brilliant assist from Neymar, I think it was. And listen, I think there's a bit of debate about the goal at the moment, especially on Twitter. I saw BT Sport talking about it. I just didn't listen because I tend not to listen to Michael Owen. I don't think many people do listen to Michael Owen, to be honest. Moving on. Listen, there's a massive. I think it's massively split on social media at the moment, whether it was Courtois' fault or whether it was Alaba's fault. I don't think Alaba can do anything more in that situation. I think either way, it's kind of you can't win in that position as a defender, because if he comes across, he allows Mbappe to curl it into the corner. That's going to make it. It is easier to score that type of goal. He blocked that corner off completely. Mbappe had to go at his near post. For me, Courtois should be doing better. He should be able to see, because I know people will say, oh, because Mbappe he opened his body up to make it look like he was going in that corner and then went near post, and people will say, oh, he gave Courtois the eyes. Courtois thought he was going that way. He was wrong-footed. He couldn't get down quick enough. There was not a chance Mbappe could put it in that other corner because of Alaba's position. It just wasn't possible. There was no room to move that around. Courtois, if I'm noticing that, I think Courtois should be noticing that when it's right in front of him. He didn't get down to it quick enough. But listen, fair play to Mbappe as well, because it was an unbelievable finish. And then the first half it was back and forth. It was non-stop. I think Real Madrid were creating the better chances. They just weren't putting them away. And then in the second half, it just capitulation from PSG. They lost complete control of that midfield. Complete control. Luka Modric was phenomenal. For a 36-year-old, the way he plays, he's defying father time. He just seems to be getting better. He doesn't seem to be getting worse. I think it was brilliant from Ancelotti to bring on Camavinga. Toni Kroos looked knackered. And to be fair, Real Madrid at the end, I think the last 10 minutes of the first half, Real Madrid were looking quite tired. But it's because of how quick and how just powerful and fast-paced PSG are. It's going to happen. It's going to happen to a lot of teams PSG face. But I think Ancelotti bringing on Camavinga, I think, was genuinely brilliant. I thought Camavinga was excellent. Modric was excellent. Valverde was excellent. And they just could not get hold of that midfield at all. And then just moments of absolute madness. Absolute madness. The ball gets played into Donnarumma. He dwindles on it for way too long, and you could argue maybe it's a foul. And in fact, I think if it was in the Premier League, I think it gets given as a foul. I genuinely do. He dwindles on the ball for too long. He tries to clear it, can't clear it quick enough because Benzema's putting pressure on him. Vinicius Junior picks it up, plays it into Benzema, and he's virtually got an open goal. I think just while I've just mentioned him, Vinicius Junior is what a player. What a player. I think, again, a bit like Mbappe, the way he controls the ball at that pace, I find it so impressive. I think he was a bit sloppy tonight in the final third a few times. His decision making seemed a bit off, but he's one for the future, if not now. He genuinely looks excellent. And then it was just, after that goal, it was just all Real Madrid. I think PSG had 2 shots, or 3 if you include Messi's free kick at the end, I think. 3 shots in the whole of that second half. I don't think they had one on target in the second half. And their heads seem to go down. And I think it seems to be a bit of a running thing for PSG when I've seen them. I think when everything's going well, when everything's in the ascendancy and everything's going their way, they're close to unbeatable. They're brilliant. The moment the tide turns, they don't know how to deal with it. They really don't. And I think, I think it's a Pochettino thing. We've seen that at Tottenham. We saw that at Tottenham so many times, and it still happens with PSG. Manchester United, right, and this is a bit of a off subject. Manchester United, there's so many rumours about Pochettino. If they go for Pochettino, then they are... Listen, I think most people know that Manchester United owners are clueless. But Poch is going to get sacked now. There's no way PSG are going to keep him. The reason he's there is to win. He's not there to win League One. They win it every season. Obviously, I know last season's a bit of an anomaly when saying that, but they win it most seasons. He's there to win the Champions League, and he has just absolutely bottled it completely. And then, listen, Real Madrid weren't back in it straight away. They got that goal from Benzema. They still had work to do. And then the second goal comes. Guess who it was again? Sorry, pardon me. Karim Benzema again. Again, for me, he's the best striker in the world at this moment in time. He genuinely is a phenomenal talent. I think he joined Real Madrid, was it 2009? He's 2022 now and he's still there. Still doing what he does best. The second goal, brilliant goal. Modric plays a through ball through. Excellent pass from Modric. Benzema, it takes a little bit of a deflection off Marquinhos, goes past Donnarumma, and it looks like we're heading to extra time. You think, PSG, they're not going to want it to go to extra time. They're going to have to come out now. They're going to have to come out fighting. Did they fuck? They didn't do anything. I don't remember. I cannot tell you one thing PSG did. It was just... And like I said, they were losing the midfield battle. It was so obvious to see they couldn't get hold of the ball. And then... oh, God, pardon me. I'm sorry, guys. And then, literally, I think it was a minute later, all of a sudden, Vinicius Junior's got the ball in the box. He plays it back. And then out of nowhere, Karim Benzema comes in. And he scores. So, this really, really annoyed me. Marquinhos cleared it, and it was the most pathetic clearance ever. He just needed to put his laces through it. He just needed to get rid of it, but he tapped it. All PSG players are just stood there watching the ball. No one goes to get it. Benzema comes in from behind, he just slots it in the bottom corner. Again, a brilliant finish, bit of an inside of the foot. They were just all over the place. And then, for the worst, this is honestly one of the worst decisions I've seen a manager make. Right? Listen, PSG needed a goal. I get it to some sort of extent. They needed a goal. They needed to score to take it to extra time. In the 80, I think it was the 80th minute, 81st minute, around that time, Poch brought Danilo off and brought Di Maria on. And I can't. I've been racking my brains about it before I did this video, and I was just trying to work out why. And to an extent, like I said, I know why, because you need a goal. You want that attacking threat, but you couldn't get hold of the ball. It's all good and well having that attacking threat on. You couldn't for the other 35 minutes of that second half. You couldn't get the ball to that attacking threat because your midfield was being dominated. So why, in God's God, why you bringing a midfielder off to bring in another attacker on when you've already got 3 world-class attackers on? I'll never really get that. Listen, as a Liverpool fan, I'm quite happy Real Madrid went through. I feel like it feels odd saying that we'd have more chance against Real Madrid despite them just beating PSG. I just fancy Liverpool if we got Real Madrid. I fancy them having a better chance of going through against Real Madrid than they do PSG, which sounds contradicting due to the fact that we lost to Real Madrid last year. But obviously we all know that was under circumstances out of Liverpool's control. We had about 2 first-team players available. But maybe we'll get them this year and make amends. Who knows? Listen, the draw for the Champions League is going to be phenomenal. Whoever Liverpool get, whoever Real Madrid go on to get, whoever any team get, it's the quarterfinals of the Champions League. They're not there by luck. They're there because they deserve to be. Personally, I think it'll be 2 English sides in the final. Whether that's Liverpool City, City Chelsea again, Liverpool Chelsea. Who knows? But I just think them 3 English sides are miles and miles above everyone else, maybe other than Bayern Munich. Obviously, you saw what they did yesterday. You saw what Lewandowski did yesterday. It's such a... You can't call this competition. And you can't call it any year. There's always the stronger teams, but you just never know. Ajax have been unstoppable this season. A brilliant run of form. Atletico Madrid, you just never know with Simeone. United... Alright, you can predict that United aren't going to win it. United fans, I'd like to say, I'm sorry, I'm not. You've not got a chance in winning the Champions League. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. Who you think will win the Champions League. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the game. Drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you later. Goodbye.